Welcome YouTube ninjas and costume enthusiasts. This is our tutorial video on how to integrate the best light up components into your costume. We are going to be talking about LEDs and electroluminescent materials like EL wire and EL tape. LEDs come in two basic types. You can get flatbed LEDs and you can get bulb LEDs. Both kinds have their own uses. You can also get RGB LEDs, which can change any color, and I'll talk about those later in the video. If your idea is to go to a dollar store or hardware store to buy LED components to integrate into your costume, that's fine. Just make sure you try to find ones that have LEDs that are very close together and LEDs that function very brightly. I looked around at a hardware store called Canadian Tire, and I found these strips of white flatbed LEDs that came already attached to a battery pack and with a trigger button for activation. I thought it was the perfect thing to integrate into the ribs of my motocross armor. You can see each individual LED light point, which might not be desirable for your component. If you want a smooth, nice glow, like with a lightsaber, then you're going to need to put a layer of diffusion over your LEDs. Foam or a diffused gel sheet works excellent. Here is an RGB LED lightsaber. A layer of foam was used under this polycarbonate tubing to diffuse the tightly knit string of LEDs. This particular lightsaber was made by Makoto Tsai. He is the best maker of LED products around. There is a link to his channel in the description below. Another thing to consider if you are just buying an LED component to put on your costume is what the power source is. Does it already come with battery power, or does it have a wall adapter? If the product has a wall adapter to power it up, you may have difficulty converting it to batteries. One of the most difficult challenges in making your LED costume will be finding a battery power supply that can power your LEDs. This RGB LED strip required a 12-volt wall adapter, so I had to find a battery pack appropriate to the LED strip's requirements. If you don't have a friend who's an electrician, you're finally in luck, because some eBay suppliers are starting to sell battery packs that plug directly into LED units, so you can power your LEDs without a wall adapter. I'm going to talk more about LED costume innovations in this video, but first I would like to talk about electroluminescent materials. EL tape and EL wire are not as bright as LEDs, and they can't change color, but they have some serious advantages over LEDs. These electroluminescent materials can be bent and molded in different ways, and you can cut them to the desired shape you want. They are perfect light-up innovations for fabric costumes, but they are also great for armor too. I used EL tape to make the core on my Crashman costume. LEDs also come in RGB LEDs, which can change any color. Individually addressable strips of RGB LEDs can create wonderful chasing effects like this. Thanks so much for watching our first DIY video on making LED and EL wire components in your costumes. Please subscribe to us for more costume tutorials and action videos, and be sure to check out our other costume tutorials on our channel.